Hey guys, welcome to Force Talk, where we talk about everything Star Wars, from the TV shows to the movies to speculation about what's going to come in the future. So my name is Trey Mitchell, and I'm joined here with my co-host Josh. Josh, how you doing?
Hey, it's been a while since we've done Force Talk. Hasn't been like any news. So,
And there's
yeah.
still no news today, so I just let you know. And we have a few things in news today, but our main topic of discussion today is going to be um, going over the Star Wars Rebels Season 2 finale. So if you haven't seen that, you guys can listen to our news segment and then watch the episode and come back. Or if you don't care about spoilers, just listen to the whole thing. But I just wanted to let you guys know now. So to start things off, we're gonna dive into some news, and this piece of news comes from the Star Wars movies. And Obi-Wan, the actor who played Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor, talked with Collider about his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi in future films. So he said, when asked about the notion of an Obi-Wan Kenobi Star Wars story, he spoke. He said that he has spoken to Kathleen Kennedy and said, "I'm not sure if I'm at liberty to say really, but I'm very interested in doing that. That would be great. Maybe there's even a trilogy." So, Josh, out of all the things that they can make an anthology, or I guess a Star Wars story out of, is the Obi-Wan Kenobi solo or trilogy movie something that would interest you?
Yeah, this is the one I've wanted out of everything. It's been this movie. Well, besides the Darth Maul movie, but now we know he's in Rebels, so I rather the Obi-Wan movie right now. This is what I've been wanting. I can't wait for this. I hope it happens. I hope it's true. And he didn't have to say trilogy.
It's
He
true,
didn't.
all of it.
No one mentioned anything about trilogy until he said maybe even a trilogy. That's awesome. So hopefully this happens.
Yeah, and he wouldn't, if he hasn't been having discussions with Lucasfilm, he wouldn't say that he's not at liberty to say. He could have just said no. So I think, yeah, I mean, I think they're going to announce it semi soon. The only thing that people are kind of, the only negativity I've seen is that there's not really a story to tell, but I think there is, and that largely depends on what Darth Maul is up to in the time period that they're going to make this film, because with every Star Wars movie, you have to have an antagonist. And who's Obi-Wan Kenobi's main antagonist besides Vader? Darth Maul, because Darth Maul represents something he can't get over, the death of his master. And at the end of Episode
Maybe
3, Yoda told him that he could teach Obi-Wan the ways of speaking to Qui-Gon through the Force. So that would be interesting if we saw kind of an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie where he was meditating, and a lot of the stuff and we've seen in the comics where the main Star Wars, I think like Star Wars issue 7 and 10 go into like the Journal of the Wills that Luke found from Obi-Wan, and it's really cool. I really enjoy it. So you and McGregor is up to it. I think we're gonna see it, but that's just my thoughts. Would you guys like to see a Ewan McGregor starred Obi-Wan Kenobi Star Wars story? Let us know. And Josh, what kind of story would you want to see involving Obi-Wan Kenobi in his own movie or trilogy?
I mean, before Rebels, I would have said Darth Maul, but now I don't. I think, I
Well,
think that Darth Maul versus Obi-Wan thing is going to happen in Rebels. Like, I
let
was
me
thinking about it. I think it happens in Rebels, not a movie. But that could still be cool if it happens in a movie. But I have no idea. I mean, I think they'll just make up their own thing. Like, I can't predict anything. I think they'll make up a new villain or new characters. Like, I don't think it's anyone we know already, but maybe Yoda and then all the Qui-Gon stuff, like you said.
Yeah,
That could
and
be cool.
one thing is the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie is probably going to be before Rebels, so we don't know what happens with Maul before Rebels.
Before, oh yeah, that's true. Like, it could happen before, it'll probably happen before Rebels, but, I think Maul went right into hiding. I think if the Maul Obi-Wan thing happens, I think it should happen now with him, like, leaving Malachor, because I think he was in hiding before. Now people, the Sith know, or, like, Vader and the Empire know that Maul's out there. I think now that's when I think he wants revenge. I don't know. It's just how I think of it.
Yeah. If they did cast, or if they did have Darth Maul in a Star Wars story, would you want Ray Park back playing him, or someone who's more skilled of an actor?
No, Ray Park should come back. Ray Park didn't play the voice. It should be, I think, because Ray Park didn't do the voice, he just did the moves and stuff, and I thought he was great. I think they should just get Sam Witwer to do the voice. Might as well. He's already doing Rebels and Clone Wars. He's the icon. He's the voice that we remember from Maul. So why not get him to just do Maul and then have Ray Park just play him?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want Ray Park to play him just because I want more of a character arc more than just like lightsaber fights. But one thing we haven't mentioned, we're kind of getting off topic here, but one thing we haven't mentioned about Darth Maul is that he has robotic legs. So it'd be kind of hard to do that on the big screen, in live action.
Yeah, it would be really hard to do that.
But, I mean, we saw in a movie called Ex Machina that won Best Visual Effects over The Force Awakens that the technology used to make some kind of robotic limbs is really good right now. So it's not out of the picture.
Ex Machina's visuals are amazing. So those robotic legs looked fantastic. Like the whole body looked amazing because it was like you couldn't tell it was fake. Like it didn't look fake; it looked real. So if they could do something like that, that would be awesome.
They could also use that technology to make Darth Vader, like his body without the respirator and everything. That'd be kind of weird, just because he only has a torso. But yeah, so Ewan McGregor's down to play Obi-Wan Kenobi in a Star Wars story. I think everyone else pretty much agrees with this. So yeah, let us know what you guys think. And yeah, that's that. So we barely have any news this week. So basically our last main topic before we get into something that's kind of minor is that an Ahsoka Tano novel was announced. And Ahsoka Tano, a fan favorite character from Star Wars The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, will be the star of her own new young adult novel from Disney Lucasfilm Press this October 11th, 2016. Fans have wondered what happened to Ahsoka after she left the Jedi Order near the end of the Clone Wars and before she reappeared at the mysterious rebel operative Fulcrum in Rebels. Finally, her story will begin to be told. Following her experiences with the Jedi and the devastation of Order 66, Ahsoka is unsure she can be part of a larger whole ever again, but her desire to fight the evils of the Empire and protect those who need it will lead her right to Bail Organa, the Rebel Alliance. So, if you guys didn't know, Ahsoka Tano is in the new show. Sorry, I guess not the new show, but the show Star Wars Rebels. So we've been kind of introduced to her, an older stage of her now. But what I read from this is that, let's see, it says that it's going to be her following the devastation of Order 66. Am I right? Is that right, Josh?
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is going to be great. This is gonna be so good. I love this news.
What I was asking is the time frame. Is it after Order 66?
I think it's gonna be before 66, and I think it's gonna go through Order 66. Like I think it's gonna just go through. The book's gonna go through Order 66. Like start right after season 5 of Clone Wars, and then just go from there.
Yeah. What do you want to see in an Ahsoka Tano novel?
Well, what Dave Filoni always said is he said if Rebels ended or if Clone Wars ended the way he wanted, then it would have ended with Ahsoka and Rex on the run from the Empire, from Order 66 and all that stuff happening. And that's what I want to see. I want to see that in the book. That's the main thing I really want to see. I would love to see that. I would love to see Rex be like a main character in the book. I just want to see Ahsoka. I love the character Ahsoka, and I'm really, really excited for this. I'm more excited for this than the Obi-Wan movie. I mean, that's how excited I am for this. I can't wait for this.
What's cool about this is something that probably goes over a lot of people's heads, but the one Disney Lucasfilm publishing book that we got was Lost Stars. It wasn't published by Del Rey. It was published by Lucasfilm, and that was also a, quote, young adult novel, which doesn't really mean anything. But if they're going to do that where they have Lucasfilm in charge of it too, I think that would be cool just because Lost Stars turned out so well. And the author, I forget his name, but I'm not familiar with him, but I'm really excited to see what he's going to do with this because from what we've seen in Star Wars Rebels, there's a lot of stories to tell with Ahsoka because, I mean, slight spoiler for the season finale or the season 2 finale of Star Wars Rebels, but Darth Vader says like that's not the Jedi code or something, and then she's like, I'm not a Jedi, but she still has the Force.
Well, that's really like a spoiler for in Clone Wars, spoilers for Clone Wars. She left the Order at the end of season 5.
Yeah, I was alluding to that, but I was trying to say like it's cool because we've never really seen, besides Darth Maul, coincidentally, a character who had Force powers and lightning, but wasn't either a Jedi or a Sith. You know?
He had lightning? I don't remember that.
Wait, what?
Did he have lightning? Did you just say lightning?
No.
Oh, I thought you said he had lightning too. I was like, I don't remember
I said,
that.
and Darth Maul coincidentally.
Oh, okay.
But
that Ahsoka, I hope Filoni's probably gonna have a lot of input on this book, and I really hope he does, because I remember watching an interview with Ahsoka and them asking, or him watching Filoni in an interview, and they asked him, what do you think if Ahsoka's in a movie? And he's like, I would say I want input. I want to be there on set when you're using her. He said, I want to be there because that's the character I created. Like, that's his baby, basically.
Yeah.
Because he's seen this character evolve over time. So I hope Filoni's done some great, and he's done a little bit of bad, but I'm hoping he has input, because he's always done great with the character Ahsoka. So
yeah.
I hope he has full input on this book. Kind of like he did with Dark Disciple, where he had a lot of input on the book, but it wasn't written by him.
Yeah.
So.
And something that could probably be with an Ahsoka Tano novel is Rex. We could probably see Rex pop up in the novel some period, because we don't really know a ton about his, how he abandoned the clone army and kind of left, because he obviously survived. So it'd be cool if they could tell that story too. And
that's really cool.
Yeah, and speaking of Rex, so Dave Filoni kind of confirmed a popular fan theory about Rex. And if you guys didn't know, which I didn't know, there was some guy on the planet Endor when in Return of the Jedi he was a rebel operative and he had a white beard, and his name was Nick Sant, but that's not canon anymore. But anyways, Dave Filoni basically said that one thing. So this is his quote. He said, "But I think the one thing I really have thought about is, I really do think that guy. I do. This is hard to read. Sorry. But one thing of the one. I'm not saying this, but basically, Dave Filoni said that this character in Return of the Jedi could probably be Rex. I know, Josh, you're a huge fan of Rex. What are you? Does this do anything for you?
Oh yeah, I love it. I think this is great. It's not canon yet that's Rex, so I'm not as excited as I would be if it was canon. But I'm excited. I'm glad. I hope they make it canon. But I hope Pablo Hidalgo says. I want to hear Pablo Hidalgo say it is canon. But I really like it. I really like what I'm hearing. This is pretty cool. I love the character Rex, and I mean, of course, this is what he's doing after Rebels ends. Of course, he's going to join the rebellion. I mean, he kind of is right now in the rebellion. So, yeah.
The roles have kind of been reversed on this episode, because I'm going to be the negative one here. I don't give a crap about this. The way I think of it, when things are canon, and they are, if someone says something happens in a movie that's canon, but I know it's not what the director meant for it, it doesn't do anything for me. Does that make sense?
I get it.
John Campea said this yesterday, but George Lucas didn't go, yeah, I want this guy in 25 years, we're going to make this guy a clone trooper. It doesn't do anything for me. I think it's kind of a cool idea, but going back and making certain characters different in the original trilogy is just something that I don't really care about.
He did create the character Rex, so.
I know, but he didn't. This character wasn't meant to be him. That's where I kind of don't see it in the same way you do, because I don't think that's Rex. I just don't. It's just a random background character who probably knew George Lucas. So, but
yeah.
I mean, yeah. If you do like it, I'm not gonna say you're weird or anything, but for me, it just doesn't really do anything. But
I want to know what George Lucas thinks about Rebels. That's something I want to know.
I doubt he watches it.
Yeah, I do too. But I would love to see him. I would love to be in a room with him and just watch him watch Rebels.
I would
Like,
love.
see what
I would love if he was a voice actor for like a certain character that just got like a cameo or something. That'd be really cool.
in what
Rebels,
cameo.
like if he just had
George Lucas
yeah,
cameo?
like if he was just like a voice
Oh,
actor
okay.
for like a background character who they ask something to, but it's really obvious it's him.
That could be cool.
But I
I
don't
would
know
like
I don't know if his voice screams Star Wars to me.
someone names him JL, like someone names like something GL, like a robot, like one of the droids, or like GL8 or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
something like that. That could be cool.
So
Little,
hmm?
like little Easter eggs.
Yeah. So going back to the theme that we have had for, I guess, officially 3 months now, that is basically all the news because there has been nothing at all regarding Star Wars news. Basically, we haven't gotten.
Well, let's talk about the Rogue One trailer. Oh wait, we still don't have that.
Did you guys see that leaked Star Wars Netflix trailer from IGN? That was really cool.
That was awful. So pissed.
I was pissed off too. Well, I knew it wasn't real. What we're referring to is IGN posted a fake trailer for a fake Star Wars show on Netflix that looked really cool. That I was like, holy crap! Ah, it's April Fools. I hate everyone.
I didn't even watch it. I knew it was fake, and I was like, wow, thanks IGN. Get my hopes up.
One more reason to hate IGN. But now we're going to talk about the Star Wars Rebels Season 2 finale. And this is basically going to be the meat of our show. So, well, like I said earlier, if you haven't seen it, please don't listen to us. Go back and watch the show. Maybe check out my reaction video that has 1,200 views right now, which is sick. But then come back here and listen to our in-depth discussion because this is one of the best, if not the best, episodes of the season. But before we get into that, Josh, I just want to kind of go over the whole season of Rebels and kind of what did you think of season 2 as a whole?
It was good. There was some really bad episodes, but there was some really good episodes. I still think season one's better just because as a whole I enjoyed almost every episode except for one. There was one episode I didn't like. I didn't like it.
Was it the one with Hera and Sabine?
Yeah, I thought that was awful.
With the weird spider things?
That was awful. That episode just, I hated that one a lot. I really hated that. But I think the rest of season 2, the biggest problem with season 2 is that it was 20 episodes, not 13 like the first season. So they had a lot more filler where it was like, this doesn't revolve around the story and I just don't care. So certain things like the Chopper episodes. There was 2 episodes about Chopper were both awful. There was the Chance and Duel episode, awful. There was Space Whales. Oh my god.
That's the one episode I did like.
I didn't like that one at all.
I know.
There was just so many like episodes. Sabine's sister or whatever that was, the Mandalorian episode. The Hera episode by herself, like where she told that backstory thing. It was just bad. It was just bad. Like, and even the Zeb episode, I didn't love. The Zeb Callus episode, I didn't love it. I thought it was good, but it wasn't great. There was just like the beginning of the season started out pretty good with the Rex stuff, and then going into the season, I can't, like, the first season, I could remember almost every episode and what happened in each episode. I can only remember the Rex episodes, then the shitty episodes, and then this episode.
Yeah.
And then also the really good episode that was, like, a few weeks ago before the Chopper episode. So, yeah, that's the only thing. But I enjoyed it. I mean, it was still good. There was enough good to outweigh the bad.
For me, I'm going to be honest here, I liked Siege of Lothal more than the season finale. I love Siege of Lothal, but the kind of weird thing is the first episode of the season, or whatever you want to call it, amazing. The last episode of the season, amazing. Everything else, Bantha Poodoo. Because I just didn't like this. I thought, I'd be honest, this was a bad season. A few awesome episodes don't make up for 15 episodes where I don't give a crap I don't care what happens. Chopper, I don't want to see two damn Chopper episodes. I don't want to see Okay, I wanted to see Cham Syndulla, but he was handled terribly. He was a complete jackass, and everything else. I liked the Space Wolves episode, but it still wasn't that good. But it just didn't do anything for me. Like, I feel like they were trying to set up everything, and there was no, like, even the season finale had nothing to do with any of the other episodes. Nothing. Like, the end of this Mystery of Chopper Base sort of set up why they were leaving, but that's it. And overall, this was just a bad season, I thought. The first season was great. This season had better episodes, but there were few of them. So I think the first season is definitely superior to this season. Like Josh said, there were just so many episodes that we just didn't need. Like, they just were going to go, I mean, I don't want to animate all the characters, so let's just animate a droid. And it just didn't work for me. I'm really hoping season 3 is shorter season-wise, or you make the episodes like it was last one and you do 45-minute episodes. Or I guess an hour total with like 45 minutes with commercials. Because I thought that worked a lot better. Because you can tell a story a lot better in an hour than in half an hour.
Yeah. I would rather an hour, but I don't think that'll happen just because Disney XD.
Well, it's not like Disney XD has any good shows, because we sit there during the commercials and, dear God, they're awful.
I mean, there was one commercial I remember I tweeted, like, that commercial was okay. But
yeah, it was probably the Batman v Superman toys. But what would you rate what would you rate this season?
I mean, it was okay, so I'm going to give it like a 2.8. Like a 2.8, 2.9, like right around
out of 5, right? Out of 5?
Yeah, out of 5.
Okay.
Out of 5.
I give it a 2 out of 5.
I mean, it's just...
It would have a 0. It would have a 0 out of 5, but I give 1s to both the first and last episode, so that makes the 2. Plus we had the episode where we figured out who the Inquisitor was. Those were the only 3 good episodes. 3 great episodes.
It was just this season had so much, like, where it was like, it just wasn't good, and that's a big problem. And the thing is, like, with this show, remember season 1, everyone was saying, this could be better than Clone Wars, this could be a great series, and I was like, no, it's not better than Clone Wars yet, but it could be better than Clone Wars, and then now it's like, no, this is not even close to Clone Wars. And another thing, Clone Wars was 22 episodes. Clone Wars was 22 episodes each season, so we know Filoni is capable of doing a great 22-episode story.
Here's the difference about that. Rebels doesn't have story arcs. Clone Wars had 3-episode story arcs where they can expand the story and not just make it stupid where you don't care.
That's true, and also Clone Wars had characters like characters we knew already.
Yeah, they had already established. I mean, the main characters in Clone Wars are what? Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, and then Ahsoka. The thing about Clone Wars is, like, in Clone Wars they had the biggest problem with the only thing with Clone Wars is, like, the only bad episode I could actually remember is there's 6 episodes devoted to droids. It's like the 2 Chopper episodes, but 6 of them, and it's awful. There's so many of them, they're really bad, but besides that, I can't think of any bad in Clone Wars, like really bad Clone Wars is done. So, yeah, I think Clone Wars is the better show, for sure, but yeah, I think Rebels still could come back and be really good. It's just, it needs to have a great 3rd season.
Yeah. And so that's our kind of overview thoughts of the season. But now we're gonna get into the season finale. So first things first, Josh. We'll just go into it. Darth Maul. You know, this is the first time we've seen Maul since the Son of Dathomir comics, where his story was kind of just slowly wrapped up. Like they said it in a way that if they didn't want to tell any stories, it could be done. But if they wanted to, they left it open. And you know, we get Darth Maul, a.k.a. Old Master, and he has his little journey with Ezra. So what did you think of Darth Maul and the introduction of him?
Oh, I love seeing Darth Maul back, and I thought it was great how they did it. with him like trying to manipulate Ezra. It just seemed like something he would do.
It was so
was
Yoda-like too. It was so Yoda-like when they introduced him, because he was like, I mean you no harm. Put down your weapon. Exactly what Yoda said. So that was cool. And he had a cane.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I loved his introduction. I thought Darth Maul was amazing in this episode. So, yeah.
And okay, yeah. So you really liked Maul?
Oh, I loved Maul. I thought he was great. He was used perfectly, I think.
I want a Darth Maul Rebels Funko Pop.
I would love to have that, or like Clone Wars.
Yeah, I'd rather have Rebels, but yeah.
I mean, I like the animation for Clone Wars better than Rebels.
I'm opposite. I like Rebels more, but that's just a preference thing. I don't think it's better, but
yeah,
yeah, I think the Ezra and Maul's dynamic was really cool. I'm interested to know how Maul got there and why he was there, because I don't know how long he was there. He said he's been like trapped there, but it's really interesting to just every scene he was with Ezra was just, I mean, you could not get your eyes off the TV or whatever you watched it on, and his lightsaber battle was awesome. Like he still got it, and that was awesome. I really want to see.
What Yoda did. Well,
oh, don't even go there. I hate that fight so much.
Okay, he did what Yoda did, and
yeah, but times 20. I mean, Darth Maul went 1v3 against the Inquisitors, so.
Yeah, Yoda definitely, Maul definitely did better, but it was great. It was really great.
Yeah, and I really like how they didn't kill him off too. I was watching it with my mom actually, and I was like, if they kill Darth Maul, I'm gonna just break this TV, and she was like, no, you're not, and I'm like, all right, but.
I would have been so pissed if Maul died.
Me too. But
I would stop watching Rebels. If he died, I would have stopped watching Rebels right there.
I would have rather had Kanan die, probably.
Me too.
But now so Darth Maul, awesome. And we're going to get more into Maul as we go, because we have a bunch of topics that we're going to talk about. But second, let's talk about Maul's goal in getting the Holocron. So it was really interesting to see, because, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've ever seen Malachor, right?
Yeah, it's definitely the first time.
And it was really cool. I really liked how the temple was, like, shaped like a holocron. I keep calling it a holocron. And what's interesting is the Star Wars Visual Dictionary actually says that Kylo Ren found his design for his lightsaber on Malachor. Actually, I'm going to go find it one sec. Josh, start talking about the holocron.
I mean, it looks great. The holocron, it was cool. Like, seeing him, how he got the holocron at the end, like, when he was just holding it, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with Ezra towards the end, like, in Season 3, to see what he does with the holocron, and maybe we'll see Darth Bane, maybe we'll see Revan. Hopefully we see them at least in Season 3. That would be really cool.
Yeah, and I went and got the visual dictionary right here for The Force Awakens, and it actually says that Kylo Ren's unusual lightsaber is an ancient design dating back thousands of years to the Great Scourge of Malachor. And that is what, I'm pretty sure they canonized the Scourge of Malachor. I'm pretty sure I heard them say that, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So that's cool that they canonized it. Well, I guess it was canonized in the visual dictionary, but yeah, so the holocron was cool, but I mean, we saw the shot in the trailer where Ezra picks up the tri-blade lightsaber. Do you think...
It was just like a tiny scene.
Huh?
It was just like a tiny scene.
Oh, yeah, but I'm saying, that was really cool, but what I'm trying to say is Kylo Ren found his lightsaber there. Do you think it's the same exact lightsaber that Ezra picked up?
I mean, it could be. I don't know. I don't really care if it was the same one. It could be. It might not be. I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know why I put holocron. It's not a big deal, but let's just talk about Malachor. It was really, yeah, it was awesome, and it was kind of cool that it was underground too. But it was
like Korriban or something.
Yeah, yeah, me too. But Malachor is definitely a really cool place. Do you think there's a possibility Snoke could be on Malachor?
No,
No.
because we didn't see Snoke, so I don't think so. I think we would have saw him if he was there.
No, sorry. I don't mean during Rebels. I mean in The Force Awakens. Or in the new
Oh,
trilogy.
okay. I thought you meant in Rebels. No,
No.
no, in Force Awakens or like Episode 8 or 9. Yeah, definitely. I think, or not definitely. I think he's either on Malachor or he's on Korriban or Morban,
Moribond.
whatever the two. I call it Korriban, so.
Yeah. Yeah, and Darth Maul and Ezra. I've seen it twice, right? I've seen the episode twice. I saw the last 10 minutes again, so I've seen the last 10 minutes 3 times because it's freaking amazing. But I'm part of the camp where I think that Maul and Ezra start the Knights of Ren. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Could it be good? It could be cool, but I don't know. I want them to tell their own story. I don't really want them. I don't want it to feel forced if that's what happens. But I mean, it could. That could be cool if they do. But I don't think Ezra's joining Maul. I think if Ezra was going to join Maul, he would have joined him in the episode. But he didn't. So I think I think we'll see Maul and. I think we'll see Maul on his own and try to maybe get a new apprentice. Maybe he'll turn someone else.
Well,
But I don't.
I disagree with you there because no one is gonna go with a stranger immediately. Like Kanan had his eyes blinded. If Kanan didn't, and Maul betrayed Ezra, so why would Ezra go with him then? Like
Yeah, that's what.
I just think there has to be more manipulating from Maul. There has to be more convincing Ezra that the dark side is the pathway to many things that some consider to be unnatural or whatever.
Well, I think if anything happens, I feel like if Ezra's going to the dark side, I think there's more of a chance of Ezra killing Maul. Ezra killing Maul, and then he turns to the dark side by himself, than turning with Maul.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that they're kind of the Knights of Ren aren't the Sith, but it's kind of implied in Aftermath that they are there right after Return of the Jedi or the Acolytes of the Dark, whatever they're called. So I think you kind of have to
Like,
explain how one Snoke was a dark side Snoke was alive during the original trilogy, the Galactic Civil War, but he wasn't a power in the universe. And two, how the Knights of Ren the Knights of Ren originated, and I think those two can coincide. And I really think Ezra more than Darth Maul. I think Ezra really starts the Knights of Ren, and I don't think this is true. But what's Sabine's last name?
Ren.
Yep. So I don't know. Maybe Sabine dies, and I mean, this is so far out there, but I mean, we've seen how attached Ezra seems to be to Sabine, so maybe she dies and he makes it in her honor. I don't think that, but I'm just saying.
He doesn't. I don't think he's that attached. He has like a tiny crush.
Oh
on
yeah,
her.
I know. I'm saying I'm just trying to put together things that don't connect, but just
No, I know.
yeah. But I
mean,
just sorry. Go ahead.
It's an interesting theory.
What?
It's an interesting theory.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
Yeah, and here's the thing though, they're teasing the hell out of Ezra going dark, which kind of makes me think he won't.
Yeah. I don't think he will because they're teasing him so much. Where I don't think he will.
And so we got Darth Maul and Ezra, but the second, or probably the best apprentice and master relationship we got in this was Ahsoka and Darth Vader. And we do get Ahsoka and Vader in this episode. And I'm just going to start off. If you guys have seen my reaction video to the last 6 minutes of Rebels, you know I screamed when we saw Anakin's face. And that was so cool, except I don't know why he had eyelashes, or why he had eyebrows. That was weird. But awesome. That was so awesome. The fight was so cool. I thought, Josh, do you know that moment when Vader is trying to pull the holocron from Ezra and Kanan, and Ahsoka comes and runs behind him? I thought she was gonna die right there.
I didn't. No, I thought she was gonna like push him or something, but no, that was so cool. And she flashed the face, and the mask came off.
Oh, awesome!
Oh my!
And we get the sound from Vader from episode 5, I think. And then we get like
Well,
the breathing from Vader from episode 6, like the really asthma kind of thing. But if you listen closely,
and it
right?
was also the voice actor from Clone Wars, which was cool.
Yeah, but you know, like when Luke and Vader are fighting in episode 5, um,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
So,
that's like the I can't make the sound, but it's
like,
cool how they it's cool exactly. It's cool how they pulled the sounds from your original trilogy. But what was your when you're watching Ahsoka versus Vader, what are you thinking?
oh, I was thinking Ahsoka's gonna die, and I was getting very emotionally attached to the fight.
Yeah,
Because I mean, it's something we've known has to happen. Like through, like even Clone Wars, you're watching and you're like, this isn't gonna be a happy ending for Ahsoka. Like, we know he turns, so what's gonna happen? And I thought they handled it great. Like what happened, I thought was great. I still wish Ahsoka was dead, but
yeah, and
whatever.
that's
Because I
when
thought the ending, it was a hero send off, and it was perfect. But now she's alive.
and I mean honestly, you know in these kind of shows, if you don't see the person die, they're not dead. So even if
Well, they can't show her die in Clone on Disney XD.
they
can't
can
show.
they can show her face, like if she gets stabbed through the stomach or something.
Yeah, not really. Like that's why they showed the Inquisitors. Like they showed their face.
But
And
yeah, but it was
that's it.
I mean, you still know they got slashed. I'm just saying, if there was an explosion, like they happened in the show, they're not dead unless they show them dying.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the music in like the last 3 minutes, holy crap, that was awesome. Like when I was watching the Ahsoka versus Darth Vader fight, and then she was like, "I won't leave you." Like I started getting teary eyed. It was just, I mean, it's exactly what you want from those characters, and it was just awesome. So that was really really cool. I'm really looking forward. Do you think those two are gonna battle again, Josh?
Yeah, if she's alive, yeah, definitely. I mean, I think he still kills her. I think he kills her. So.
I think something that could be cool is if like he's trying to kill her, but he something in him won't let him. Then the Emperor just comes in
Oh,
and just
that
murders
was great.
her, and then
Oh,
huh?
cool. That'd be so good.
Yeah,
I
like
would love.
he just force lightnings her or something, or shoves her out of a Senate office.
Because from this point, this is all he knows, that like his last attachment is Ahsoka and then Obi-Wan. Those are the only ones he's attached to at this point. He doesn't know about his kids. So I think well, he doesn't know the kid survived, right? I mean,
Yeah, I
you
mean
know,
I mean, we don't exactly know what he's thinking right then, but right when he becomes Vader, he knows, he thinks they're dead.
Yeah, because I mean, he knew she was pregnant, of course. So yeah,
Wow, you just got really fat, Padme, for a very weird reason. But yeah, I mean, Ahsoka's a character that she was born basically from Anakin, and she's gonna die by Anakin or Vader or
did you
whatever.
like Ahsoka? Did you like Ahsoka when she first debuted in Clone Wars?
I mean, well, I watched the show on Netflix. I didn't watch it on Cartoon Network, so I didn't.
No, I did too. I watched it on Cartoon Network, but I didn't remember it, so I watched it again on Netflix. But I always loved it.
I mean, I didn't think she was gonna be like a huge character, so I didn't really. I don't know. I don't know what I thought about her. Like, I definitely think she's so much more cool in Rebels than she was in Clone Wars.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, Ahsoka versus Darth Vader, definitely probably the highlight of the episode for me. Ahsoka, the way that Ahsoka just battled Vader was really, passionate. And, the next battle that we're going to talk about is Darth Maul versus Kanan. And Kanan got blinded. And Josh,
Yeah,
I don't know if you noticed this, but actually here, let's just go through the fight. So, what did you think of the Darth Maul versus Kanan fight? Not anything specific, but just overall right now.
Well, before that, my friend told me, because I played Force Unleashed, but not real, like kind of like I didn't play it like where I like loved it. My friend played Force Unleashed, and he noticed. He said in the game, this is just like a little tiny thing. He said in the game, there's a Jedi in the game that blind was blinded by a person with a double-bladed lightsaber, and he also had a ponytail, is what my friend said. So he was like, that's a little kind of reference, which is pretty cool. I liked it.
That is cool.
I mean, when he told me, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So, but I love that he got blinded. I thought that was great because it gives like a new obstacle for Kanan to face. And
definitely.
It's something we haven't seen before. Like, it's something in the Star Wars universe we haven't seen. And his eyes are manipulating. Eyes are very manipulating, so he just needs to hear.
I completely agree. I completely agree, because when I was watching it, again, with my mom, I don't give a crap if you make fun of me, but she was like, why are you, like, screaming in joy that he just got his eyes cut? And I'm like, because that's completely new. We've never seen Daredevil in Star Wars, and now we do. So it's just a really cool plot point, because it's going to test Kanan's ability to be a Jedi, Kanan's strength, Kanan's patience, everything is going to be tested. And that's a really, really cool plot device to use. And what do you think of it coming from the hands of Maul?
Coming from the hands of Maul?
Like,
I thought it was great. Now he wants revenge. Or not revenge, but like he wants to get him like to justice. Like, he doesn't want this monster out there.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, it was really cool. I don't know if Kanan's going to be forever blind, just because right when it happened, he saw red, which implied that he still had some kind of visual. Like, he could still see the color red. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. So, I just hope he stays blind.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It'll be cool to see. I just think Kanan and Ezra are going on their separate paths. I think if you look at what they're doing, the characters in this episode in particular are really shifting, because they both kind of started at the same path, right? They both are very strong in the Force but don't know how to use it. And then they expand to where they're becoming better Jedi. But in this episode, Ezra is more angry and uses the dark side more, as Kanan has to learn patience, and he becomes more of a Jedi as Ezra becomes more dark side. So their paths are now going against each other. And I've been saying this all along. Kanan's going to kill Ezra. If Ezra doesn't survive this series, it's because of Kanan. And that would be what we wanted to see from Anakin and Obi-Wan, but better, because we've seen their relationship thoroughly, and we actually care about the characters more. And I think that would be really cool. Do you think that could happen, Josh?
Yeah, I think there's a good chance of that happening.
I just think, I mean, like I said earlier, it is Disney XD, so.
Yeah, you just gotta keep that in mind, that it is Disney XD.
But this was a dark episode. Like, I mean, they've gone dark. They showed the Inquisitor committing suicide.
I mean, yeah, but it didn't show anything to make it seem like very violent or anything. Like, it's just something where it's still Disney XD, and they didn't do anything that was against guidelines. Like, they showed an Inquisitor killing himself, but no one thought of it as the Inquisitor just killed himself. He fell, and you didn't see him, like, a splat or anything. Like, you didn't see him. It's like, that Inquisitor fell. Like, that's what little kids think. It's not like... And it was a dark episode overall, but it didn't... it's still animated, so it didn't feel as dark as it, like, could have been if it was live action. I don't know, it's just different. Like, animation's different.
And, yeah, I mean, one way you could do it where Kanan doesn't technically kill Ezra is like in Batman Begins when Ra's al Ghul is on the train and Batman doesn't save him. He kind of commits negligence that killed him, but he didn't technically kill him. You know, he could do something like that with Ezra, too. But... speaking of the Inquisitor, right when Kanan is blinded, he puts on that mask. What'd you think of that moment?
I thought it was okay. I didn't really care. I thought that moment was cool, like, to see him, like, go blind, like, kind of like, I can't trust my eyes right now when he put on the mask. So, I thought he could see, kind of, like, he couldn't really see, but he kind of could. But, yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought it was okay.
I love that moment. I really loved it because before this episode, the episode we got with Kanan, Ezra, and Ahsoka going to that temple was like my favorite of the season besides Siege of Lothal, and they kind
I
of
mean,
harkened back to that where Kanan saw like he battled the Jedi Temple guards or whatever, and I think it's really cool that he took the mask and he's almost like becoming one. Wouldn't it be weird if he becomes like an Inquisitor now, like the same way that the Inquisitor did? He started off as a Jedi, but that'd be kind of weird. But yeah, Kanan blind cool is really a cool plot point that they could use I guess that they will use, and it'll be cool to see how he evolves as a character because of that. And
yeah.
so one of the best parts, at least for Josh and I, about this episode is there were a lot of Darth Bane references. And if you guys don't know who Darth Bane is, he basically created what is called the Rule of Two. And if you watch this episode, I'm pretty sure you heard Darth Maul explain to Ezra how like he's like when they try to open the doors to the temple, Maul is like there can only be two, no more, no less, and that's from Darth Bane. Because what Darth Bane did, which isn't technically canon anymore, but it still is in my heart, is there was a major Sith army that had thousands of Sith in it, and spoilers for Darth Bane, but he led them all into like one cave and killed them all. Like he like set like a bomb sort of thing there, where he killed every Sith, and so he was the only one left, and then he found an apprentice and created the Rule of Two because he found a holocron from Darth Revan. So I thought that holocron could have been the same one that Ezra finds, which would be freaking awesome. But who knows? It seems like we heard Asajj Ventress's voice, but
Well, that was the same voice actress, but it wasn't the character.
How do you know that though?
I mean, because Asajj.
It has to be Asajj. They wouldn't use the same character actress.
No, well, maybe he's a friend of the actress, and she was struggling to find work. I don't know.
Well,
but,
no. Star Wars. See, that's the thing, though. Star Wars does everything for a reason. They wouldn't use. That's the same thing as having Ewan or having Samuel L. Jackson come in and do it and saying it's not Mace Windu. Like,
I mean,
it has to be.
But Asajj Ventress, the thing with Asajj is she wasn't, at the end of her run, she was not a villain. She was basically a hero. And why would she be on the holocron, and how would she be in the holocron?
I don't know, and they're going to have to explain that, but they wouldn't just use the same voice actress that they used for Asajj Ventress and try to make her sound like Asajj if it wasn't Asajj. That's just too coincidental.
I think it was the same voice actress, just not the same character, because I don't think that's Asajj. I don't think that makes sense.
I don't think it makes sense either, but they wouldn't. It's too. I mean, it wouldn't just be a coincidence.
I think you're giving Filoni too much credit.
Why the hell would they bring in the same voice actress then?
I don't know, but I think that's why. I think they did. I don't know why they did, but.
I completely disagree with you. I don't know why the hell it would be Asajj Ventress, but I just think they're smart enough that they wouldn't bring in the same voice actress.
It just doesn't make any sense to me why it's Asajj.
I know, me neither, but it was the same voice actress. Anyways, I don't even know what we were talking about, but yeah, we were talking about the Darth Bane stuff. So what do you think of all the Darth Bane stuff in the episode?
Oh, the Darth Bane stuff was great. I love all that Darth Bane stuff. I mean, I love Darth Bane. The book, Darth Bane is one of my favorite Star Wars characters, and the book is one of my favorite Star Wars stories. Probably after the original trilogy, it's my favorite Star Wars story.
Yeah.
I love Darth Bane. I think it's perfect. Like, all three of them. I'm not a reader. Like, I hate reading. I read the Star Wars books, and that's it. And Darth Bane, I got through the first Darth Bane through, like, on vacation when I went to Orlando. I read it in like 2 days. I couldn't put it down. Like I remember I went to a park and I started reading it at the park, at Disney, or was it Universal? No, it was Disney.
You started reading it at Disney?
I was that addicted to the book.
Wow.
I was that obsessed with that book. It was the first book. It was the first book. So
Which is the best book?
Yeah, it was the best one out of all of them.
But they're all great.
Reading it.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to see what happened. Like, I couldn't leave off. Like, I remember one night, I'm like, before I went to bed, I was like, all right, I'm going to read one chapter of Darth Bane. And then I'm
12
still
hours
up.
later.
What?
Do you know how they do that thing in SpongeBob where they're like 10 hours later?
Oh, yeah.
That was you. Your eyes are wide open. You look like Palpatine in Episode 3.
Exactly. Like,
Unlimited power.
I was reading, I'm like, all right, I'll read one chapter, then go to bed. And so I'm reading it, and then I'm like, I finished chapter, I'm like, okay, I gotta see what happens next chapter. And then I was like, all right, I gotta see what happens next chapter, next chapter, next chapter. I got through like 7 chapters, and that was the second book, that was the second book. I got through like 7 chapters in like an hour, or no, it was like 3 hours. I got through like 7 chapters.
I can just imagine you like reading that book in a hotel room at night, and you're like saying like, "Oh yeah, go, yeah, yeah," and then like your mom walks in and you try to force choke her or something because you've been reading it, and she's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
And I look like Palpatine.
Yeah, and you just
like,
Josh, why are you bald?
I have a cloak on.
Yeah,
You will be full.
You make like a. You make like a robe out of the bathrobe you got, and she's like, "What the hell?" But anyways, a few
known as Darth Bane.
Classic. But a few of the other references we're talking about is it's all from Maul. So Maul obviously knows what the rule of 2 is from Plagueis or Palpatine, and I guess that Plagueis isn't canon, but the storyline isn't canon. But like there's a part where Maul is like through your power, let's see, do I have it on my wall? Oh no, but it's like through strength you gain power, through power your chains are unbroken. They sort of kind of divvied that up into a few different lines, but that's still really cool.
He said your chains are, he said if you let your anger out, your chains will be broken. And I was like, oh, the Darth Bane, I was like, the Sith code.
Yeah.
I was freaking out when I heard that.
That was cool.
It's in the book. It's like the first page of the second book is Sith code.
Hold up.
You getting it? I was gonna get in.
You said it's the first page of the second book?
I don't remember exactly which book. It's one of them, but I know it's like the first page. It's not the first one. I know it's not the first one.
Okay, hold up. I have the Book of the Sith, so let me look in that one.
Yeah, look in that. Yeah, look at the Sith.
Give me 1 minute, guys. Where the hell is it? All right, Josh, keep talking about the episode while I find it.
Yeah, Darth Bane is such a great book. Like, it's such a great book series, and I just love talking about Darth Bane. So really, if you guys don't read Darth Bane, if you guys haven't read it, read them. They're just so good. And my Darth Bane books are so messed up because like I got through them really quick, and I brought them to school, so they're all like dirty because they were in my backpack, and like there's creased because of the of me opening them like so much. That was such a good book. I'm probably gonna start reading them again. I probably will read them again. I've been wanting to read them again. They're really good. They're very addicting. If you read them, they're just like you can't put them down. I know I'm not talking about the episode, but I love talking about Darth Bane. It's just such a great character. So, but yeah, the episode's just amazing. I want to comment down below. I want to hear what everyone thinks, like what theories everyone thinks of the episode. But Darth Bane, Darth Bane is just an amazing character. I'm kind of glad they're talking more like about the rule of 2 and kind of like showing Darth Bane Darth Bane is canon and the rule of 2, him creating the rule of 2 is canon.
Found it.
What?
Found it. That's in the while. All right, are you guys? Huh?
I was running out of things to ramble on about.
Yeah, I know. I was like, all right. So, you guys ready to have a nerdgasm? Get ready. So, the Sith Code is written by Darth Bane. Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. And through victory, my chains are broken. Darth Bane. Rule of 2. So, yeah. Getting back to Rebels, though. I want to finish this show off with probably the most important character arc we got from the season finale, and that is the spinning lightsabers. I'm just kidding, which were stupid. But the Ezra Darkseid tease. So, we get the tease at the very end where Ezra seems to open the holocron. Josh, what is going on?
I don't think he opens it at the end.
Well,
but
it starts to hover, and then you see like a light. So I'm pretty sure he's unlocking it.
I don't remember the end like perfectly, but that would be cool.
I do remember because
I think he's gonna learn about the Sith, and I think he's gonna learn knowledge. Like he's gonna learn about
knowledge.
He's gonna learn what's with the Sith. Like he's gonna learn about who he's gonna learn about like what's who Rex is, maybe Bane. He's gonna learn about. That's just what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping to get this make more people canon.
Hear me out. Season 3 opens. Ezra's getting this teaching from Palpatine or whoever. The first thing it says is, "And our leader, Darth Jar Jar, taught us the rule of two," or something like that. That'd be hilarious.
Don't even joke about that. Not funny.
You said the dark side ruler. But
that's cool. You know what? Do you know how many people probably just clicked out of the video?
No one's listening anymore, except for Felipe probably. So shout out to Felipe. But what do you? I mean, we talked about this kind of earlier. What do you see Ezra's path being? And the fact I swear he opens the holocron, like it starts to open. And if I'm wrong, I'm gonna get ridiculed, but I'm pretty sure that happened. So what do you think Ezra's gonna do?
I think he's gonna learn. He's gonna learn about the Sith. I don't know what he's gonna do, but I think he's gonna learn about the Sith. I think he wants to learn knowledge. Like I agree with, in the sense, if I was a Force user, if I could learn the Force, I would want to learn both the dark side and light. I wouldn't want to just learn the light side. I want to see both point of views.
I wouldn't, just because I know I'd go dark.
I just want to see both point of views. I don't want to see just one. I want to learn both. I want knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think Ezra's going to end up killing anyone on the Ghost?
Is he going to turn anyone? Is that what you
Is
said?
he going to kill anyone? Oh, wait, hold up. So, I want to talk about this. So, Ezra's lightsaber breaks, right? Do you think his new design is going to be the same one he found on Malachor? Or what do you think his new design is going to be?
I don't know. I mean, maybe that could be really cool if he...
They just did that. They just did that to sell toys.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. That would be cool if that was his new design. I would like it. So I'm happy with it if it is. That would be cool.
We would like it, but the internet would just crucify it.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, what's new with the internet always mad about something, so.
Yeah.
Usually me ranting about something, so.
Probably. But, yeah, I don't know about Ezra, because I think it would be really cool if he did go dark side. I think it'd be really cool if he didn't. I want him more to go dark, but I think the fact that they're teasing it so heavily means that who knows? Maybe Kanan's the one that goes dark. I don't think that, but I think if Ezra dies, then maybe Kanan would feel susceptible to going to the dark side. And one thing I heard, a rumor, is that season 3 is the last season.
Yeah, I heard that a while ago.
Which I actually like. I like that, because that means that they're not going to play any games with the last season. Every episode's going to count.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think there's going to be more than 3 seasons, but...
It just depends where season 3 picks up and how close it is to Rogue One. Because what I heard is that they're going to make a new animated show after Rebels is done. How cool would it be? And I don't think this is the case, but we get a Luke Training Academy show.
A Luke Training Academy?
Like Luke's Jedi Academy after Episode 6. We get an animated show for that.
I would love it.
Me too.
I'd be excited.
I still want a comic more, though. Just because I don't want to hear someone's voice that isn't Mark Hamill. Which, actually, he would probably...
it will be Mark Hamill.
Yeah, I was going to say, he would probably be down for that. Just
Mark Hamill's a voice actor.
I know. I didn't think that through. But, I mean, hell, even Harrison Ford said that he's open to being a voice actor in the right role. But I think his voice is one that doesn't age well. Like, I don't think he could go back and play his old one. But
Yeah.
Carrie Fisher definitely couldn't. That'd be traumatizing. Chewie, I guess Chewie you could, but I'd rather have a comic for that just because I could hear their own voices and interpret it my own way. But anything else you want to add about this episode, Josh, before we end it?
No, I said what I needed to say, or what I wanted to say.
All right. So this is the end of the show, and thank you guys for sticking around the whole time, and we'll be back next week. Hopefully next week. I hope there's some more news in this week because there wasn't anything. But may the force be with you always. And oh wait, we didn't do our plugs. So Josh, where can people find you on social media?
You guys can find me at Joshua7520 and YouTube Grandma Josh.
Yeah, and you guys can find me on Twitter at the Trayinator. Don't follow me anywhere else. I don't want you to. Just kidding. I don't care. But stay tuned for our other show called Hero Talk. We talk about heroes as implied in the title. So that'll do it. May the force be with you always, and Darth Jar Jar will forever reign as the Dark Lord of the Sith.